Today on Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook, Wade is joined by Cabela's pro staffer and Bassmaster Elite Series angler, James Neigemeyer. Wade and James are fishing on Fayette County Lake, attempting to figure out the pattern for today during the heart of the winter to spring transition.
Alright. Okay. I'm gonna catch one. Alright, I'm gonna warm up for a second. Alright. Alright, it's been a second.
It's not uncommon for us to go out and have these preconceived notions on how we're gonna catch them. I'm guilty all the time. And I talk about trying to always fish with an open mind, trying to fish with your instincts, trying to get out there and fish in the moment, so to speak. And you know, when I wake up in the morning and I look at the weather forecast as I do when I'm getting ready to hit the water, and I get to the lake and I look at the conditions, I'm immediately gonna formulate a plan. And more often than not, I'll be honest, that plan's wrong. I'm way off base. But I build those plans based on, you know, the experience, the time on the water, the conditions that I'm dealt with. But what I've got to do when I get out on the water is understand that just because I think that's how I'm going to catch them doesn't mean that's how I'm going to catch them. And if I'll listen to the fish and the way they're biting and the way they're responding, more often than not, that's when I'm going to have great days on the water. Not a lot of reason maybe to stay here though. Idle around to I'm gonna idle around to a little spot over there while you're retied. There's a little jetty that comes out, and then we're gonna run to the backs of the pockets. Might catch a big one early.
Man, that sun feels so good on my back. I feel like I've got a solar panel on my back. When I get to a body of water and it's bright bluebird skies, not much wind, wispy clouds or no clouds at all, I'm thinking this is a high pressure situation, and it's gonna put me in the mindset of these fish are not gonna wanna chase. They're gonna wanna sit down and get closer to the bottom. They're not gonna wanna come up, and they're not gonna wanna eat faster moving baits. Sometimes they will, but that's gonna be my preconceived idea. That's where I'm gonna really look. I'm gonna really look at areas where there's cover on the bottom, structure on the bottom, and those fish are gonna be tucked up tight, and I'm gonna be moving my bait slowly and letting them sit in an area, really letting them soak, before I can coax a fish to bite my presentation, but not moving it away from them too fast where they have to run after it. I want to keep it right there by them. I'm tying on a jig.
He's going for the big one.
That's my my favorite lure, and when it comes to this time of year, it just seems like that jig, when it's great or even when it's tough, it seems like you can always get a bite on one. I got one.
There he is. He's up there shallow.
Yeah, he was. Man, he's pulling.
So much for we need to be dabbing. We're sitting here thinking, oh yeah, we probably need to do that. And you throw up there and catch a good one.
I mean, he ate it too.
Yeah, there wasn't any doubt on him.
Yeah. That's a pretty fish. Yeah, he's just barely on the lip though, kind of like your crank. You know, when you caught that one on the crankbait, just barely on the lip there.
On there enough that he count.
That's right, like I'm like you. As long as I get him in the boat, I'm happy. The icebreaker. Caught that on the bladed jig, that pure poison.
That's such a deadly style of a bait this time of the year.
Oh, it is. And I'm not even sure why they like that presentation so much. But, I mean, for years we threw spinner baits and rattle type baits for this time of year, but this has really been a go-to for me all year round, but especially in that late winter, early spring.
Coming up next, Wade and James start to figure out a pattern.
Come on, get together. After your next successful fishing trip, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for catch with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the fishing trip at BradleySmoker.com.
When I talk about Sunline, I think of one word: confidence.
Sunline FX2 is what I use for all of my frogging and flipping.
SX1 braid, which braid plays a big part in fishing line.
Shooter, I'm going to use in those close quarter deals like flipping and pitching.
One of my favorite techniques in fishing the tournament trail is to fish offshore ledges.
We have taken the questions out of the equation.
Take my word for it. It works. It works, dude.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the method I had. The Engel High Performance Cooler. It's incredible. Just look at this lid. What a powerhouse. It's so freaking strong, so reliable. I just want to boom. This silicone gasket's better than rubber.
Why, hello there. Are your base and sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes. After 10 days, still cold, still fresh. Let's see a Yeti do that. With Engel coolers, it's official. The Yeti is busted.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Yamaha Marine, reliability starts here. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder.
Bass coming out of that winter to springtime transition, they're on the move a lot. You know, one flick of the tail in certain bodies of water, they can go from 2 feet out to suspending in 40 and conversely come all the way to the bank. They're traveling specific corridors, drains and ditches, getting to where they want to spawn. They're setting up in certain areas that they're comfortable with. And you know, as a fisherman, finding those areas is the key to success. And you know, I look at what James and I have done so far today on the water, and it's like a third of the way back in almost every pocket is where we find them. There's gonna be some little underwater drop off, maybe a little depression, maybe it's a little deeper, but the biggest thing for us has really been this finding this kind of pond slime, some green gunk on the bottom. It's not really a grass. It's not like a hydrilla or a milfoil. It's you know, I call it snot grass. There's other people that have other names for it, but it's really something slimy. And everywhere we can find that slime, we're picking up some fish.
I caught him on almost like I was fishing a worm. I let it fall all the way down the bottom.
Was that also on a bladed?
Yeah. Yep. Come there, buddy.
Man, the fish are nice.
Chunky. Such an interesting bite to me, though, the way they bite that. I mean, look where I caught him.
Oh, he ate it.
No.
Oh, he didn't eat it?
Got him right
there.
there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Outside the eye. Wow. You know, little ditch, though. You got a little deeper. You caught yours over there where it's real shallow, and there's just a little 4-foot drop off coming in here. Oh
gosh, I had one on there for a second.
That fish was super shallow, I caught it. I like it.
Throw back over there. And
got some of that grass.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of that grass, or I'm not quite sure what it is. Some of the guys call that witch's hair in Texas.
Yeah, I've had guys call it snot moss and witch's hair.
Didn't smell very good. Why I just smelled it, I don't know. But It was kind of black and stringy. It really wasn't like an aquatic vegetation like hydrilla or milfoil, and it didn't come off your lure really well. So you'd have to try to clean your bait from that. Once you got it, you could feel the vibration stop, or you could feel it get heavy. You'd pull through some of that, but the fish were definitely relating to that edge of it. As we fished through some areas down the bank, it grew out to a certain area and then it would stop, and that edge was key. If we could fish our baits through there without getting any of that on it, we'd get our bites right along that edge, and it was key to just pull it through there and then let it kill it right at the end, and those fish would eat it. There we go.
Sure enough. Don't you like it when you go, there you go? And you know you're that confident. It's not one of those, I'm picking it up and I go, yeah, maybe it's a bass. You know it's a bass.
Oh, I lifted up on it and just went thump, thump, and I went, oh my gosh, here's a fish. I mean, he ate it. Man, look at that, just so, every one of these fish are just so healthy.
It's always amazing how the fish look this time of the year in comparison to the summer, where they're beat up and they're stressed out, and you're getting that, you're getting that late winter, early springtime, just how clean and thick, so strong.
Yes.
You know, strong from the get-go.
And another thing is, it always seems like, you know, I just caught that one, then you caught this one. It seems like they're grouped up. The first few that'll move up in the year, they always seem to be grouped up.
I like it when they're grouped up. Makes it easier to catch.
Yes. It's always fun not to have to move my boat too far to catch a nice fish like that.
The Fisherman's Handbook crew trusts Ranger boats to get them to and from their favorite spots on the water. Let's put your Ranger knowledge to the test. The Ranger Z500 series and 600 FS series feature what patented industry first that helps remove moisture from gear and equipment? For the answer to this, or to find out more about Ranger boats, visit mydreamrig.com.
Hobie's Mirage Drive kayaks set the standard for fun on the water. Whether your passion is fishing, sailing, or recreational adventure, Hobie's got a kayak for you. Hobie's Mirage Drive mimics nature's proven designs for efficient and powerful propulsion and enhances your kayaking experience. Mirage Power, Mirage Performance, Mirage Drive. Hobie, enjoy the ride.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic Ice.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Sawyer Products. We keep you outdoors. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife and carving machine. Wade and James are fishing Fayette County Lake during the transition from the wintertime to the pre-spawn period. As January rolls into February and then February into March, we start to have warmer days followed by cold fronts. Depending on where you live, these changes in the weather can lead to widely ranging fishing conditions every day. It's these situations where the barometric pressure goes up and down, as does the water temperatures, that can lead fishermen to scratch their heads wondering why yesterday was so good and today so bad.
Water temperature is such a key thing in the springtime. To me, when I see that temperature climbing, it is really going to get me excited. And I'm always paying attention to that temperature gauge on my depth finder, probably more so in that winter to springtime transition than any other time that there is, because there's so many variables there. You know, you can go in the back of one pocket, for instance, and find 55-degree water, but you can go in the back of another pocket and find 60-degree water. Well, when you're talking about fish that are moving up to spawn, getting out of that pre-spawn to the spawning mode, that warmer water potentially could be the mother lode of fish. That could be where 80% of the fish are in that area that you're fishing, and that's why you're getting more bites. That's why you may need to concentrate more of your time there. So I really pay a lot of attention to water temperature when I'm in this period of the winter to the springtime. That transition when the water's finally warming up. That's a fish for sure.
Oh, that's a good one there.
Nice fish.
Much better fish. Come here, darling. Come here, baby.
You want me to grab him?
I'll grab her. Say I'm gonna grab her. That one hit with some authority. I like it when they do that. Oh, there we go.
Nice fish.
Well, that's better. Yeah, we talked about maybe catching some bigger ones as the day went on, James.
And that is definitely the biggest one of the day right there.
Right there. We'll let her go
or
back.
she is anyways.
That was one of those bites when you first set the hook, you knew you'd hit one that's a little more solid than some of the others. Always interesting to me late in the day when in the late winter, early spring, how when it warms up, you can really start catching them super shallow like that. And not even being afraid to get super shallow in some of these.
And do you think that those fish will just adjust their position, you know, during the late in the day and then come out later in the afternoon, you know, and even in the nights be in deeper water, then move back up again?
I think they do.
I do too.
Yeah, I've always thought that. I've always liked to find those places, you know, those ditches and drains that are a little deeper, that highway, so to speak, up to close to, you know, the spawning flats this time of the year, cover or something. Right here, look at this case in point. You know, we've just come out of 7-8 foot back there, got shallow reeds right here. I mean, to me, this is, if I'm a bass, this would be a great place to go spawn.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you have these little flats here, and then like you said, it did just have some deeper water. Now, that fish, was it closer to the bank or did it come out a little ways?
I'm gonna say about 10 feet, 15 feet off those cattails, along that little grass line we've been talking about. And I mean, there was no doubt. You know, we've missed several bites here in the last hour, just kind of tap, push, you know, and that one there, I mean, there was no doubt when I paused it. Good one.
Let's also hear from fellow Cabela's pro staffer Clark Wendlandt on his thoughts with dealing with these conditions.
You know, there's probably no time of year that bass are moodier than winter leading into spring, kind of that pre-spawn time when they're thinking about spawning. They love to feed that time of year, and when they're feeding, it's real easy to catch them. They're real aggressive. But man, it can just change on a dime. And so what you're looking for that time of year is those small windows of time when they're biting. And if you ever start getting bites, go gangbusters at that point, because you want to absolutely tap all you can. They're biting, catch them. Fish. Oh, that's a nice little 2-pounder. You know, that time of year when a cold front comes in, what typically will happen is bass just want to be tighter to cover. They want to be, you know, almost in something. If there's grass there, they want to be in the middle of it. If there's a dock, they're going to be snugged right up against the post. If there's a laydown, they're going to be as thick in that laydown as they can get. Kind of hopping it through the grass, not really hopping it, just kind of, you know, trying to keep it as close to that grass as I could. And
I mean, the bites aren't very hard, the water's cold. Just wintertime bassing right there.
They just, I mean, that cold front just does something to them that just says that they're not real active and aggressive. They're not moving around a lot. And so you have to change your presentations based on that. You have to get your baits in tighter to cover. Maybe have to slow down your presentations because they're just not going to be moving as fast during a cold front.
I mean, we caught some just reeling it in, but the bigger fish and the vast majority of our bites came when we were lifting that bait and letting it fall.
The ultimate predator has evolved again. Now, Yamaha VMAX SHO Performance is prowling the waters in 4 hungry, exciting new models. With their 4 valves per cylinder and double overhead cam fuel-injected design, these advanced 4-stroke predators are taking performance to a whole new level. Vicious, lean, efficient. VMAX SHO. The pack is growing.
At Amphibia, we've resolved to build a product that nobody else offers, using methods that nobody else is using, optimized for life on water and land. The choice of top bass fishing pros. Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities and to float in water. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
After your next successful fishing trip, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for catch with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the fishing trip at BradleySmoker.com.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Spro, Sports Professionals, Hydrowave, ignite a feeding frenzy, Arctic Ice, we put the cool in coolers. Well, it looks like Wade and James have figured out the pattern for today, fishing the edges of submerged grass and presenting them with slow-falling bait.
Today we caught most of our fish on a bladed jig, a Strike King Pure Poison bladed jig. And the way that I typically fish it is to throw it out there and reel it in, and I may slow it down, I may speed it up, but Wade really keyed me in onto a technique or a way to present this lure where we throw it out there and really kind of almost fish it like a worm. So you're lifting it up off the bottom, letting it fall, and just slow grinding it like that, and then lifting it up, kind of letting it fall. And all the bites, or a lot of them, were on that fall, on that once you started moving that bait and you killed it, and as soon as it started falling back to the bottom, boom, they'd eat it. And it was critical. I mean, we caught some just reeling it in, but the bigger fish and the vast majority of our bites came when we were lifting that bait and letting it fall.
There we go. Got it? Yeah. Right. Oh, good one. Another good one. Caught it on the pause and then drop.
Oh, absolutely. And it's even more important this time of day than it was earlier. Yeah. Seems like as the sun's gotten higher and it's gotten warmer, slowing it down, they're almost like they're closer to the bottom. Wouldn't you say, Wade?
I would agree.
And I just killed it, and it wasn't even a thump.
No.
It was like he just...
the line goes sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so much fun. I love that. The beautiful thing, I think I'm most excited about is I'm learning a different way to fish this bait that I already have so much confidence in. Just by getting out here on the water with you, and you know, it could happen with any friend, just getting out here and keeping an open mind on how to fish a particular lure and then seeing somebody else have success with it.
I think it's seeing people have success with it is what does. It really helps me.
Oh, got another one.
Sweet.
Oh, it's a better one.
Is it?
Yeah. He's kind of going for that tree though.
Oh, yeah.
Either that or he's just dogging on me.
You're out of fishing shape.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, look at them though, how they're like little football players.
Yeah, a little pre-spawn action. They're just looking good. Awesome.
Pretty fish. He's real stout right there, thick right there. Beautiful.
That's nice.
One of the things I have to say that maybe is the difference too is Wade was catching them on that black and blue bladed jig, and so I switched over to that Strike King Pure Poison, the same black and blue but with a green pumpkin trailer, just because I didn't have a black and blue trailer, and now I've caught a few bites.
I
was fishing a different color, and I was catching fish, but not as many as Wade, and now I've caught 2 after I've changed colors, so I would have to say that definitely there's a difference to the color.
You know, there's that old saying there, when people start catching on what color, you find that color, or you borrow one from your buddy. You don't stick with the one. Being stubborn in fishing is not a good thing.
That's not a good policy, I agree.
Today, you know, I had some confidence in that blade bait. You know, we're out there and I was throwing it out and reeling it back and letting it fall and pause. And I virtually almost never put it down. I threw it like 95% of the time. James was you know, plinking around, and it was interesting that we both believed that the wacky worm was going to be key today. And I would watch him throw that wacky worm. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, when he catches 2 or 3 on that, I'm putting this down. But until he catches 2 or 3, I'm not going to change what I'm doing. And with him not catching anything really at all on that bait, it gave me confidence that what I had started doing and what I had caught fish on was the right thing to keep doing. And then eventually, we both agreed, hey, the soft plastic deal, even though we felt like launching the boat was the deal, we both migrated to, you know, throwing those baits and catching a lot of fish.
For any of the products seen used on today's show, visit Cabela's.com.
It's a little bit cold. Wade's trying to warm them up for me. All right, I'm gonna warm them up for a second. All right, it's been a second. Man, that sun feels so good on my back.
Being a little turtle, just being a turtle sitting up there climbing on that log.
Just soaking it in. No. But I'm a big girl when it comes to being cold.